Our worst fears have come to pass. The One Ring has revealed itself, and as the Fellowship prepares for its perilous journey to Mount Doom, the shadow of Sauron stretches forth to reclaim it. In ages long past, the Witch King gathered a dark army in Angmar. Once again, he calls a vast horde from the depths of Khand-dûm to march upon the lands of Middle-earth and lay them to waste. Aragorn and I hoped the Rangers alone could hold back the Witch King's advance, and that Angmar's strength had not yet grown too great. We were wrong.
Gosh! Fight!
You must unite the free peoples of Eriador and inspire them to stand against Sauron. For if you do not oppose the army of Angmar, then all the lands of Middle-earth will fall forever into darkness and shadow. War is at hand. The time is now.
Hello, everyone. This is His Autistic Knight Gaming, or Hack Gaming. I'm, of course, His Autistic Knight, and welcome to another one of my playthroughs. So, if any of you were watching my Throne and Liberty videos, particularly the last one, I talked about making a playthrough of this game, The Lord of the Rings Online, since I more or less finished that game. Like, there is another chapter, but it was unavailable, but whatever the case, I decided I wanted to start another MMORPG that's free to play, that being Lord of the Rings Online. I want to say was officially the first, my first MMORPG. Like, I did a free trial for the first Guild Wars, but, I mean, I only played that for, like, an hour or two at most. Whereas this, you know, I bought it on Amazon or eBay. I used to play it religiously. You know, I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan. The Lord of the Rings trilogy, the extended edition, is one of my favorite films of all time. They're my favorite films of all time. So, what else is there to say except I want to make videos of me going on adventures in Middle-earth. Now, whether or not I will actually, you know, play the entire game, like, go from where my character starts all the way to Mordor and then some, that's way too soon to say, because this is not a short game like Throne and Liberty kind of is when it comes to, like, the main story. But there's only one way to find out. So, with that in mind, let's get started. Alright, so I skipped over doing all the customization. So, my character is a high elf from Gondolin, and is specifically an elf champion, which is what my main character was when I started playing this game. And I have named him Aenoreru. Aenor being an elvish word for, like, honor, blessing, Eru as in, like, the god of the Lord of the Rings universe, Eru Iluvatar. So, a name that basically means honor Eru, or honoring Eru, honoring God. So, With out of the way, let's get started. Aenoreru. Enter Middle-earth. Ah, I'm actually a little surprised. You see the beginning of see this starts out very different in when you're like an original elf, so this is brand new to me. Aenoreru, you seemed as if lost in a trance, and I could not rouse you until this very moment. My dearest friend, do not allow the enemy to cloud your thoughts with visions of defeat. As Sauron surely knows, the mastery is ours in this battle. Alas, a cornered foe is the most deadly, and there are none more treacherous than the enemy in this realm. We must put our troubles behind us for the moment and press our advantage. Ooh, Gilgalad has summoned us. What an honor. And there's Elendil. Isildur is he about to curse the Oathbreakers? The time to debate has ended. Oh, there's the scout. 9. I'm guessing these are the Nazgul. Oh, called it. I feel honored to be able to witness this. I mean, yeah. Gilgalad, Gorfindel, Elendil, Elrond, Isildur. Yep, there are the 9. Witch King got a crown. Oh, they all got their own names. Adjusting the camera so you guys can see the text. So he's basically doing the same thing the Mouth of Sauron does millennia later. I wonder if I'm gonna witness Sauron getting defeated. Also, wow, Gilgalad wants to speak to me. Aenoreru, before the 9 arrived, I sent forth the spears of Lindon with a garrison of elves and men. With Sauron's demands rejected, we can no longer hold hope that the Gwytherain shall stay their hands in this battle. You know the spears as Theoron, Megoril, and Dernath, my friend. They have stood by my side through many great battles against Sauron and the most terrible of his servants. Ere they departed, they swore to cross the enemy's stretches and dismantle their siege equipment. It is true enough that catapult shot has not hit our position in some time, but the wider front has been brought to ruin by those very tools. You must now be my scout and my messenger. Learn what has become of their garrison, and if any of them yet live, deliver to them a message of hope. The Alliance marches upon the Black Gate, and no evil man or orc shall stand in the way of our victory over Sauron. Go, my friend, I shall raid the Alliance to advance upon the Morum. Be swift and safe, Aenoreru. Oh, I'm actually going this way. Right where the... Right where the, right where the 9 were. I didn't think that there'd be any experience points, because it looks like I'm temporarily... like, I'm level 1, but I temporarily have the stats of being level 110. So it kind of figures that... Swiftly now, this way! Figures I don't get experience points for this. But that will have to come later. The spears have held against Sauron's forces, but they fight a desperate battle. Speak quickly, friend, for our foes surge from the east. You tell Dernith of your encounter with the Gwytherain and deliver the High King's message. The Gwytherain, 2 of their number, passed through our garrison from the north. One rode westward and scattered our numbers, but the other, he took Theleron. In the midst of battle, he caught Theleron's sword arm in a cruel coil of rope and dragged him eastward by his fell steed. I could not follow through the mass of orcs. I failed him. I failed the High King, but I must fight on. Hail, Aenoreru. I am Megoril of Lindon. How fare the battles to the north? Tell her of your encounter. If we shall truly strike at the Black Gate this day, the Alliance must soon come hither. We did as the High King commanded, and brought the enemy's weapons to ruin. But when the Gwytherain appeared, they slew many of our number and divided our forces upon the Dagorlad. The faces by which I once knew the Gwytherain when they first took the rings have long faded, but this one I knew by his blade, the Cursed Rider, he is called, and he goaded his steed onward over the backs of elf, man, and orcs alike. Regrettably, we were forced to retreat before we could aid many of them from the field of battle. We now struggle to hold the only path over the great trenches, and the enemy's forces have brought forth more trebuchets and ballistae upon the Dagorland. Aid the wounded in the field, and let us hope that the Alliance shall arrive to drive off the enemy forces. I don't know if this... I'd rescue wounded soldiers. Do I have a... So I have a map, but it's not specifying... Ah, here we go. It's a little hard to see with it being so dark, and you know, I don't have a curtain for my window. Rescue Prince Thranduil west of the garrison. Oh, I see him. Oh, how am I gonna do that when he's got a cursed rider? Oh. Oh, they're going against the Wraith? Oh, good, we have help. She doesn't look very young. Thanks a lot, Elrond. Prince is fortunate to have survived his father's attack on the Black Gate, but the Guatharon's words trouble me. The rider spoke a name in Quenya ere he departed. Ungwethari, the Spider Queen. Ungoliant is gone from the realm, and shall trouble the world no longer, but her children remain, preying on anything they can devour, and spreading her darkness through Middle-earth. One among them must now hunger as she did, without a care for the powers of the Dark Lord, and without any purpose other than to consume. These are unhappy tidings, my friend, even if it seemed fortuitous that the great spiders turned upon the rider. If we do not face this child of Ungoliant in the war, it is certain that the day will come when her hunger shall seek to sate itself beyond the shadows of Mordor. The High King gave me leave to pursue you at the urging of the Spears of Linden, but he has called for your return at once. The Alliance has come to the forward garrison at last. Reunite with them there, Aenoreru, and make ready for our assault on the Black Gate. Glorfindel and I shall tend the prince's wounds. Go now, Aenoreru. I think I need practice pronouncing my own name. Still, I like that my character starts off being someone of notoriety among Glorfindel. Glorfindel spoke too. The High King and Lindale have come at last. Oh, there they are. I'm someone close in the High King's council, which, I mean, I'm a high elf, so that makes sense, but still. I'm glad to see you again, Aenoreru. Dernath and Megoril have told me of Theron's capture, and I am troubled by such grim tidings. The Dark Lord would not have soon forgotten the wounds he suffered at our hands, and I fear what form his vengeance might take. Even now, as I wish to abandon my duty, I cannot turn my eyes from the Black Gate at such a crucial hour. Thus I give you this mission of dire importance. You must find Theron, and you must save him from the Gwytharein. As for the Alliance, one of Durin's folk has devised a cunning plan to draw the attention of the Dark Lord's forces and allow for a swift strike against the Black Gate. In truth, I know not if this plan shall bear fruit, but we must conquer the gate if Sauron is to be defeated. I would ask that you speak to Slegar the Crafty. He is an honorable enough dwarf despite his chosen title. Once you have done as he has, pursue the Gwytheran and rescue Theron. Our paths are now divided, my friend, but let us hope each of them lead to victory. May the light of the Valar shine upon us. Oh, he's right there. With barrels of explosives, it seems. At your service, Aenoreru, or perhaps you are in mine. Have you considered how the enemy's trenches never seem to stop burning? Well, I have. Slegar gestures to the pile of barrels beside him. These barrels are filled with a crude black powder that explodes when exposed to flame. Not only that, but it burns for hours afterward. Aye, if it were more useful in stonework, I think Dur himself would have us steal some away. The Dark Lord's Black Riders, the damned ring wraiths, pardon my language, as the men call them, they're willy enough, but these goblins are none too bright. They've left the barrels right next to their own ballistae and catapults. Why don't you set them off? That ought to put an end to their siege and draw their attention long enough for the Alliance to reach the Black Gate. Just make sure you don't stick around once you light them. Sounds like fun. Oh, I think I see a barrel there. I'm so awesome that I kill my enemies before they can attack. One more to go. Right. Find and follow the Gwytheran. So are the hoof prints, are the Gwytheran another way of saying the Nazgul? Is that what's... Because that's news to me. Okay, the trail actually begins that way, doesn't end that way. Who is this? Follow me. Lady who? He knows me, but I do not know him. Oh, is that the Theron or the Gothram, but familiar? Oh, so that was the person I was right next to right at the beginning. Aenoreru, I'm gladdened by this reunion, but there's little else to celebrate. The High King sent me and my company eastward to learn what has become of the elves of Lorien, but alas, only Prince Amroth remains upon the field. His father and the others were routed to the north, but where they have gone we cannot follow. The prince is injured, but he will heal in time. I must ask, though, why have you come? You tell, uh, Harthalin of the task given to you by the High King himself, and of Therolon, the lost spear of Lindon, taken by one of the Gwetharain. Your tale troubles me, for Amroth spoke of a terrible figure that passed with an elf slung across his steed. Time may grow short for Theron, my friend. I think it is time we learned more of what the prince saw. Gwetharain, another name for the Nazgul. I don't think that exists in Tolkien's work. Like, they may have come up with that name just for this game. I could be wrong, though. I'll have to look that up later. It's the Witch King. That's particularly unfortunate. Yeah, I bow back in gratitude. These hold-ups. When my company came to Prince Amroth's aid, I heard a great cry and a thunder like flapping wings from above. It sounded like some terrible flying creature as great in size as the eagles. I could not spy it through the smoke, but I am certain it lurked beyond my sight. I do not know if this creature is a servant of Sauron's, but its presence makes me fear all the more for Theron. If the Witch King has taken him to the Overlook, we must pass through the eastern encampment ahead. The men of the east have grown arrogant behind Sauron's might, and they have left a small passage in their encampment open to the woodlands. Follow me, and we shall sneak in and avoid the dangers of approaching their gate upon the road. Move quietly, Aenor. It's not far now. Well, that was easy. I'm certain he would have attacked me if he could. Where exactly am I? I'm in some sort of structure around the area of the Black Gates. But beyond that, I'm like, huh? Oh, there's the Witch King. And there's a lot of dead people there too. So I see. How does he know my name? Oh! Did he? I think I've been stabbed by a Mogul blade. I mumble something. Oh. Can it be? Lord Elrond, Aenoreru has woken at last. I'm in Rivendell? How long have I been out? Woken at long last. Have I been like in a coma right up into the events of Lord of the Rings? Has that happened after getting stabbed by Morgul Blade? Brings me great joy to see you upon your feet once more, Aenoreru. After you fell, we attempted to heal you upon the battle plain, but the Witch King of Agmar has dealt you a grievous injury, one unlike any dealt to our people before by the hands of the Dark Lord. the decision was made to return you to Imaldris, far from the lands of the enemy. You suffered for years in restless agony as my healers worked to free you of the evils that lingered in your wound. When the war was ended, I returned to aid them and learned much of healing the foul wounds of Morgul steel. When at last you could rest, you did so for many long years. Despite my efforts, your strength has diminished greatly. It may take a great time, but I believe you shall again know the power that lies within you. As for the task given you by Gil-galad, do not consider it a failure, Aenoreru. None could have foreseen the enemy's malice in sending his Nazgul to seize Theron. Tragically, he was never found, even after Barad-dûr itself was brought to ruin. It wounded Gil-galad greatly to lose you, both in the war, and it is said that his light was dimmed through all the battles that followed. Even so, he did not falter before the enemy. Oh, it looks like I was really close with Gil-galad. No, you did not fall in vain, my friend. Our victory on the battle plain that day bore fruit indeed. Sauron resisted our assaults for 7 years in the Dark Tower, but in the end he was cast down by Gil-galad and Elendil. Elendil's son Isildur cut the ring from Sauron's finger, destroying the Dark Lord and banishing him from this realm. Alas, there is more to be said on these matters. Walk with me, Aenoreru. Remember the war as if it were yesterday, do you not? Oh boy. You are one of the few that remain in this realm that can recall as I do, my friend. Come here as often to reflect on the sacrifices made in the war. Indeed, Gil-galad and Elendil defeated the Dark Lord, but they did so at the cost of their own lives. What's available? The world passed into the Third Age. So it has been for many years now. There's now 3,000... That's one way to do it. Alright, I'll go to the Grey Heavens and automatically finish the game. I'm just kidding. He's in a deep slumber. Well, I'll say now. And of Gondolin. I'll make that title active. I shall say now that as much as I would have liked to have witnessed Elendil and Gil-galad defeating Sauron, this makes a little more sense. Morgul, the work of the Morgul blade is unknown to them at the time. I mean, I don't know if Morgul blades existed during the Second Age. I'll have to look that up also. So, in that regard, it makes sense that they're not as unprepared as they were uh, when the Witch King stabbed Frodo on Weathertop, and so I become unconscious for. So apparently this started in the beginning of the siege. So, if my math is right, I have been in a coma for 3,025 years. Hmm. It is unfortunate to hear Hithgol's continued ills, but I hold hope he shall soon recover as you have, Aenoreru. You see, when the battle came at last to Barad-dûr, Sauron himself felled Hithgol with a deadly blow, and it seemed only by the grace of the Valar that he was not at once ended. Even still, the steel of the Dark Lord's weapons was tainted in much the same way as the blade that pierced you, and he has suffered its effects as you did for many long years. Now then, we have spoken enough of the past. Let us turn our minds to the days ahead. Much has changed since we last traveled together from Imaldris, my friend. It seemed now an age of men, and I sense the time of the elves in Middle-earth draws near to its end. Indeed, many have departed this realm for the uttermost west by the ships of Círdan, our friend of old. He is now called the Shipwright by those who know his works, and he dwells in Mithlond with the few that still remain in his service as skilled crafters. Much of the wood used by Círdan is ferried to Mithlond by way of the port of Celondim among the arid Luin, and it is there you must journey to reach the havens. Aenoreru, I have gathered your belongings and a few supplies for your journey. I have set your ring in its case upon the table across the room, and your armor rests in a chest at your bedside. It is still marked from battle, but time has not worn it elsewise. Indeed, the passing of an age has dimmed only our light, and given rise to the shadow in the east. Concerning such matters, I have also prepared for you a tomb of writings on the history of the Third Age thus far. You are free to claim them ere you depart. Once you are prepared, we shall speak more of your journey to Celondim. I'm guessing somewhere else around here is... Yep. There's my ring. There's my armor. Very good, Aenoreru. In time, your strength will return, my friend, and the power of your ring shall rise with it. I hope my writings prove to be of use to you as well. I recount much of the time that passed until your wound healed, but even I cannot be aware of all that has transpired since the end of the Second Age. As for your journey, my son shall see you to Celondim in the course of their own travels. Aladan and Elrod here are to follow an expedition to the ruins of Adhelion, led by the elf Dorolas, on my behalf. Speak not of this to any outside their company, but I had a strange premonition, and in it, amidst a field of blurred visions, a voice arose saying, "Blood-red footsteps upon snow-colored black, where the dour king walks to take back his throne and finish what was begun. It is a troubling riddle, my friend, and one that I do not think soon solved. Have you any thoughts of this meaning?" You hear a muffled creak as the doors to them send open. "Ah, 'tis just as well. Such troubles are best left to Dorolas and his expedition. My sons await you by the door to the central courtyard, and when you are ready to depart, they shall guide you to Kelondim along the arid Lewin. May your journey be swift and free of hardship, my friend. Namare." I don't know if I pronounced it right. Probably not. Alright. What level do I have to be? Oh, level 5. Alright. Oh, I guess I can't do that yet. Oh, I can. I can wield 2 weapons. So, so father has at last given you leave to travel from Imaldris, Aenoreru. I must say, I'm excited to learn more of the battles of ages past from you. Father told us not to bother you with so many questions, but this is likely our last chance, is it not? I am certain father has told you all about your journey ahead, but do not worry, the matter of his dream need not trouble you. Besides, the journey to Kelondim shall give us time enough to speak on other matters. I would think the events of the past 3,000 years would be of some interest to you. My brother and I stand ready to set out for the arid Lewin. If you are prepared, we shall depart at once. Oh wow, I'm already at level 5. I guess I can open his gift now. Alright, cool. In spring, the anniversary event takes place. I'll do that later. Aenoreru, have you heard of the good tidings? The time has come at last to sail to Mithlond and to the blessed Valinor. We have waited only 1 month, but each day has seemed a year since we arrived in Kalondim. The burdens of this realm shall soon be behind us. But I am curious of the sons of Elrond. I'm curious if the sons of Elrond found what they sought in the ruins of Edhelyn. I have heard many tales of the sorrowful history of that place, and how it came to ruin by the hand of a disreputable dwarf named Skullgrim, Skullgrim Dualhand, but it has laid empty for many long years now. I wonder if anything remains to be found there. I have never walked upon the shores of the Blessed Realm, but I have heard many tales of Valinor. Your forebears who once dwelt there, your forebears who once dwelt there, did they not? Did you as well? Terrathorn paused for a moment and studies your face. You look restless, my friend. What troubles you on such a joyous day? What troubles you, Aenoreru? You tell Theron that your thoughts are drawn to your friends and kin and to the choice that was given to you to the choice that was given to you to remain in Middle Earth if you so wished it. Why would you wish to remain here? As you must know well, the lands of Valinor heal all ills and replenish our spirits. The concerns of this realm are ours no longer. Terathon senses that his words have not convinced you. I see. Perhaps you should reflect upon the paths of your friends and kin to guide you. Our time is closing in this land. Soon we will be, but legend and memory will remain in the shores, shall we? While we are still here, however, we must do what we can to ensure that these lands remain safe and beautiful. The preservation of the land is why I have come to the port of Kelundrim. My brethren and I have been looking into recent events in the glade in the north. I am here to enlist any willing to go there and assist us in discovering the source of an infestation of sickle flies. If you are willing, remove the threat of the sickle flies from the trees and report to Overlast at Nenhilith at the southwest. Reflect upon the path of Oh, that's Glorfindel. I was not expecting that. You reflect upon the path of Glorfindel, who has remained in Middle Earth, stand against the evils of the enemy, most vile of his servants. You think upon Glorfindel's deeds in the elder days of the world, and how his resolve has never faltered, even when confronted with death. Which, I mean, I am a high elf from Gondolin, so it makes sense that I would take if you know your history and your first age of Middle Earth history regarding Gondolin and what Glorfindel did, you'd understand. Wait, he's see-through. Is this like a? Is it just his spirit appearing? Círdan. You reflect upon the decisions of Círdan the shipwright, who remained in Middle Earth, and others began to depart. I'm a little confused here. You reflect on the decisions of Elrond, half-elven, once the herald of Gilgalad, whose time in this realm draws near its ending. You consider Elrond's words, for he said that you must depart for the uttermost west if you truly wished it, and that the burdens of this realm no longer fall to you. You consider that he kept you in Imaldris, that the choice might one day be yours, rather than sending you to revive in the uttermost west. Okay, yeah, they're not actually here. You're just thinking about him. You reflect upon the path of Gilgalad, the High King of the Elves, and the bravery he possessed as he fought and failed to purge the evils of Morgoth and Sauron from the world. You consider the loss of the elf Theoron, and the pain of losing a companion during the war, as Gilgalad did. You consider the loss of your king, and you understand what his sacrifice meant for the peoples of Middle-earth. Where's the last place? Where's the last person Oh, here it is. Reflect on the decisions of your dearest friend, Tharthane, who has chosen to remain in Middle-earth and free it of evils before the time comes to bequeath it to men. You consider her duty to the people of this realm, and that she hoped that you might remain to aid her in the battles against the evils of this world. Anyone want to place bets where this is going? Ah, so you returned. Where has your reflection led you, Aenoreru? You tell Taralthon that you desire to remain in Middle-earth. It is not the choice I make, but I understand it, friend. You have made it your purpose to confront the forces of evil wherever they take hold. Though it does not seem to be here in Kelondim, it is true that great evils are again at work in this realm. You see, while you were reflecting, Eladan and Erohir arrived in Kelondim and asked to speak with you at once. I told them I would deliver their request when you returned, and they now wait for you near the stable master. My path leads to the uttermost west, but it seems yours now leads elsewhere. May the Valar guide you, and may you one day come to find peace in Valinor. And where are they at? Oh, there they are. Aenoreru, I'm glad you have not yet departed. I feared we would be too late. Their faces betray grave concerns. There are grim forces at work in the arid Luin, my friend. The terrible gaunt lord, Ivar, has bound vile spirits to the corpse of the dwarf lord Skogrim, and now the Dorhans think him their leader reborn. Our foes escaped, and now the enemy has beguiled the Dorhans into his service. Elohir gives Eladan a knowing look. Indeed, the truth must be told, brother. When Father spoke of the shadow in the east, he spoke of Sauron, the Dark Lord has returned once again. Aenoreru, and he has sent his servants. Oh, the Dark Lord has returned once again, Aenoreru, and he has sent his servants across the many lands of this realm in search of the ring that was lost. If Sauron recovers the ring, no host shall remain to stand against him, and all will be lost. The time shall soon come when the peoples of this realm are called to war, and I beg that you remain to guide them and make safe the lands of Middle-earth. It is a great demand to make of one as storied as you, and at so final an hour, but I would not ask it if the need were not dire. It shall soon be a realm of men, and it must survive for them to inherit it. I beg you, will you remain? You tell Eldan and Erohir that you have just chosen to remain in the realm of Middle-earth. To have you among the forces that stand against Sauron bring me new hope for the days that lie ahead. You should aid the folk in Kelondim and the lands beyond to hone your skills for the battle that surely awaits. When the time comes, we shall call on you to join us. Okay, I think this is a good stopping point. So, again, I don't know how far I am going to go with this. Hopefully to the very end, like, actually catch up, but that could take years. Even if I were to post a new Lord of the Rings online video every day. But we shall see. In any event, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. Otherwise, I hope to see you in the next Lord of the Rings online video. Until then, thank you so much for watching. The Lord be with you all, and have a great day.